Hey guys, this is Cleo.
This is Vi.
And welcome back to 20-something. Alright, you guys, so welcome back. Today's topic is going to be an interesting one. We might cause a little trouble.
Yeah.
But we don't give a fuck. We're here to keep it real with you guys. But last week or 2 weeks ago, my friend actually sent me a clip of the infamous... That's what we want to call him.
That's not even.
The infamous Trevor Jackson on a YouTube video or YouTube channel
Terrell.
under Terrell. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's known to do videos with different singers, actors, and stuff like that. People that can sing, and he does something called Song Association. But essentially, he brought Trevor on his show, and Trevor, he did his little thing, saying whatnot. But there's a part of there's a part in the video that he started talking that was a little interesting and caused some grief with me. So Vi's gonna play it right now.
The bar and
Random people picking up girls.
they like it. They like that. I sell them on extra royale with cheese, and they're like, "Oh my god, we never had that before. What is that?" I say, "It's like a Burger King sandwich. We call it that." And they love it. You know who else loves it? Hollywood. They give all the fucking British guys our roles, and I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Why don't we go over there and do the accents? I'm ready. Take me over there. Let's go. No, honestly, let's talk about it. Honestly, let's talk about it. They do. They give them all of it. You know why? Because I feel like they don't want to say, "Oh, he's not really black, so we can use him." You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's what I feel like in the back of the head is happening. It's like, "Oh, he's not fully black." And to all people who are British and black, yes, we know you're black, but there's a difference between being black in America and being black in the UK.
There's a big difference.
Huge difference. So when they hire people to play black people, I'm just like, why do I think British people every time?
I always be shocked during the interviews.
Every time though. I'm like, there's a billion people over here that can do it. Anyway.
That's real.
That's just some stresses that I brought from my life into the interview. I apologize. But it's
Okay, you guys, that was the clip. There's so many things that just really irritate me about that clip. I just don't understand how, instead of focusing on other actors and where they're from and this and that, Trevor can't just focus. Maybe if Trevor was actually talking in general. Maybe he wasn't talking about himself specifically, because I don't understand why he wouldn't just focus on his craft of acting instead of talking about how he doesn't like how people that are British, that's who he called out, are apparently taking their roles. But do you act well, Trevor? Are you a good actor?
Okay, so I have a few things to say about the clip in particularly, because Cleo has basically hit the main root of the problem. I see Trevor as a singer. His acting roles have always been baby acting roles, some shit that I would see at the beginning of someone's acting career. So he can't come and say he's the best young black actor there is out, because that would be a fucking lie. I don't like how Terrell, the host, I guess since he's the host, he can't sit there and argue with him. Mm-hmm. So maybe he was just agreeing, just to agree, to keep conversation flowing. Yeah. But there was also a girl in the back who was
Oh, you're not even that.
All that agreeing in the back. But you guys just said with your own mouth that you're surprised when you find out the person is British in the interview. So that means that they were able to perform the role so well throughout the movie or the TV series that you didn't even know. So then why are you upset?
Yeah.
And
I feel like it's sometimes I also even feel like it's just particular people, because I don't even see people have an issue with Idris. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pretty much people have adopted him. Also, if you didn't know, Idris is not a black actor. I don't know if you knew that.
No, he's not a black American.
He's not a black American. Excuse me. He's not a black American actor. You know what I'm saying? I believe he's British. You know what I'm saying? And I remember watching him on another YouTube video where he spoke to the interviewer about how when he first, I forgot what the name of the show is. I probably should have known it.
The Wire.
Oh, The Wire. When he went out for that role, he didn't even he didn't even want the people that were he was auditioning for
Yeah.
to even know that he wasn't American, because he even felt as though like, dang, they're not going to think that I'm going to be able to play this. And
Yeah.
I guess the people that made the show really wanted it to be authentic, because guess you, it was a white director actually, or a white writer that wrote the show, you know what I'm saying? So he wanted it to, I believe, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but so he wanted it to be authentic, and he just didn't think he was going to get it, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up getting the role, and he said that before he ended up getting it, the writer or the director even asked him, like, oh, tell us where you're from, because he had even been putting on the act of being a guy from New York for so long, because he really didn't want them to know. And when he finally had to tell them a little bit about his life, he told them that he was British, and they were like, oh wow, yeah, we didn't even know, or I think they kind of knew something was up, and he still got the role or whatever, and since then his acting career has blasted off and stuff like that. But I just think it's a little bit foolish.
It's just nitpicking for no reason. Like I just saw a video. Okay, but let me just focus on Trevor. Let me focus on Trevor before I move on to something else.
Yeah.
Trevor is getting upset because he said he can go to the UK and do their shit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what he said, with so much annoyance and so much just bad energy. Oh, I can do their shit. It's not that hard. Please, I hope y'all heard his English accent. Do you think he would be able to uphold it for a whole series, a whole movie? It wasn't sounding that good. It was pretty okay.
It was better than most.
But you're an actor, right?
Yeah.
And you can do anything.
Yeah.
These people don't come here and do shitty jobs with the accents, because then they wouldn't get the role. Like,
yeah. And what is the definition of acting? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure that you're meant to be playing someone that doesn't always, that doesn't always live the life you've led.
Because then it's not acting. Then you would just be playing a character that is you, and then what is the point of that?
Yeah.
Every character is the same character because you're only playing things that relate to your life. So if you grew up drug dealing, then all you can play is a drug dealer. You can't play nothing else.
Yeah.
But
then people will be upset with that, because think about it. Hollywood wants to give us stereotypical roles that apparently, quote unquote, only black people have, as such as like being gangbangers and drug dealers and drug addicts and stuff like that. But at the same breath, you hear actors and other people, regular black people saying that they're tired of seeing that same tired role. You know what I'm saying?
Contradicting.
It's very contradicting. It's like, you want this, but you can't do this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to start being a little bit more, less hypocritical with it. You know what I'm saying? I just think that's a very hypocritical way to think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you should just be happy that there's more black representation in movies and stuff, instead of sitting over here trying to do the person's fucking ancestry.com shit to go see where they're from. Like, the person is a good actor, right?
Yeah.
Is he out here saying, oh yeah, in America, when I did this, all these American stereotypes? No, because they know it's art. Like, it's the art of it. Like, I don't understand why everyone is so upset about shit like this. I've seen this a lot. Cleo has seen this a lot. We saw this shit last year with this girl who was mad. Please. She was mad at Issa Rae, who was American born, American raised in Los Angeles, for coming up with the show Insecure, because Issa Rae's dad is from Senegal.
Yeah.
Even though Issa Rae was born and raised here, and Issa Rae's dad, I didn't even say her mom and her dad. Her dad is from Senegal, and then her best friend in the show is Nigerian parents, but American. I think she was born and raised here too, right? I don't know if she was born here, like, or if she came here when she was little, but she
did have some.
You know what I'm saying? She went to college here. She did all that shit
and
here.
And she's talking about Yvonne Orji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for sure, Issa Rae was her main problem.
Yeah.
But Issa Rae isn't even like, there's some Nigerian people, or like some African people that are, American born, that are really heavy into their African culture. I would say I'm pretty much one of them.
Yeah.
I don't consider Issa one of those people. Like, you wouldn't really know that sis was African unless she said. And I didn't even know, and I used to follow Issa when I was in fucking high school, and I used to follow her on her web show. I didn't even know that sis was half African, any type of African. And so, oh no. And so Should we leave?
I'm telling you, like, what I don't even know what somebody, y'all. I don't even know what the hell just happened.
So we're recording.
I was trying my best to really ignore him and just like.
I'm so sorry.
Still be listening to.
I was really trying to think about what I was saying.
Did you hear what he said?
He said something 35.
Yeah, he said I could be 35 and still look something. I don't understand.
Oh my god.
I didn't catch it. Y'all, we're recording in like a parking lot right now.
Yeah, we're recording in a place.
We have the the windows cracked a little bit, so.
Ooh, that's a bit odd.
Yeah.
That's Houston for you. Well, anyways, so she was so.
Eye contact. But anyways, yeah.
So she was really over here, made a whole YouTube video saying that Issa is not allowed to portray a fictional story about two fictional characters that are, living their life in Los Angeles as black women who are in their late 20s.
But did they even say sure in the show that they're meant to be black women? I thought they never specified it. I thought it was just like, obviously they're black in America. You know what I mean? Like
no. They specified. They specified that it's for like black.
No, but I'm saying the characters themselves, like their history. Did they specify in the show?
No, girl, they never did.
For sure, Yvonne Orji's character specifically
said she was a black American. No, they don't. In the show, they don't do that. In the show, they don't do that.
Because there shouldn't even be a need to do that.
Because you know why? They're both obviously black women. No matter if they're Caribbean American, if they're Latin American, there's dark-skinned Latin people. Don't even try and say that. No, they're dark-skinned Latin American women. So let's just not.
Yeah.
If they're African American, if they're black American, if they're black British, then they would have to do the accent. But guess what? They're still black. Because black is a color, not an ethnicity. And I don't think that these people with these qualms realize that. And they sound so fucking stupid when they try to sit here and tell somebody what they can and cannot do. She was in the video. Sis was really pressed. She was saying that Issa is over here doing caricatures of black women. Issa doesn't really know how it is to be black and grow up in the U.S. As if Issa is not from Los Angeles herself.
But what's funny to me is like, I mean, even besides that argument, like, nobody else had any qualms with it. I mean, maybe some people do find the show corny. I've heard that and a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, like, that's not how my black life is led. But like, because nothing about the life they led in that show
is stereotypical.
Is a black life. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's like
black life.
Stereotypically black words. Like, oh my gosh, she's doing this because she thinks. And she was even saying that
it was a stereotype. Like, she was leading a life that she thinks black people. I guess maybe in the way she talks.
It's probably the lingo, because I think they're trying to make it relatable, so it's coming off corny. But all like latest slang and
they're still American. You know what I'm saying? They're only doing what Americans.
See, but when she was doing all that, it's like, okay, all the latest slang and stuff obviously comes from the black community. So all the corny shit that she's saying that you feel like is cringe came from the black community anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, where else was she gonna get her lingo from if it wasn't from her own community? Like, sis is black. Like, I don't know why you guys are trying to sit here and divide and conquer, divide. Today, I even saw a video, because like when Cleo was telling me about what Trevor said, she was actually really upset about it, and I was just like, I was basically at the point where it was like past me even being able to say some shit. I was like, this always happens. They always find somebody to be upset about. Like, I feel like American people always find someone to point fingers at for being unhappy.
Yeah.
And
about how their career is going.
So it's like, I just wasn't even shocked. But today, who knew? I don't know. I guess my fucking recommended, the FBI knows what we're going to be talking about, because they recommended me a fucking video to watch about Daniel Kaluuya. Daniel Kaluuya is the guy from Get Out, the black guy that was also in the movie Black Panther. That was like the boyfriend of, the main warrior that had the rhinos, okay? But really, when I say Get Out, you should know who I'm talking about. So he's English, okay? But ethnicity-wise, his people are like from Uganda. But the nigga is British, just how I am American, but ethnicity-wise, my parents are Nigerian. Yeah. So I will claim both. I can say I'm Nigerian, I can say I'm American, because I'm both.
Yeah.
So that's how he is, okay? So he's a black person. Obviously, he's black. If you've seen him, he's black, okay? Why were they trying to say in the video, the guy that was making the video, at first he tried to make it seem like he was what is that called? Like, he was like a person that could see both sides of it. Like, oh, you know, I liked him in Get Out, and I liked him in Black Panther, but I didn't like him in Widows. But then he went on to say that he heard some people saying that Daniel shouldn't have played a black guy in Get Out. Like, he shouldn't have had that role because he doesn't have the American experience of racism in America. Yeah. So that role wasn't fit. And then why did the nigga that made the video agree with that?
Jesus Christ, girl, we cannot record here.
Okay, let's go.
It's getting too fucking much. Like,
Jesus, I didn't see that. I didn't see him.
The living daylight.
We will be back. We will
living
back.
Daylight.
Okay, so we finally moved to a safe fucking location.
Sorry, somebody came close to my car, y'all, and I almost had a heart attack. He scared the shit out of me. So
yeah, that was not a good situation.
No, it was not.
But anyways, so basically, like, for homie, he was really just saying that Daniel shouldn't have. He agreed with whoever the fuck was saying Daniel shouldn't have got Get Out because it was an American story to be told, even though it was fucking fictional. Okay, I don't know why, like, Black American people like to act like slavery didn't happen in other countries.
Yeah.
Like, discrimination doesn't happen in other countries. And at the time, Daniel Kaluuya was not known to the mainstream American audience. He was only in that one show. Was it Black Mirror? Is that what it's called?
Mirror.
Black Mirror on fucking Netflix. That's the only thing I had ever seen him in prior. He's probably been in other stuff that was small, but that's not even like a huge role where he would get preference over an American person.
Yeah.
So, Key and Peele, we all know that both of them are black, and the dude. So, which one was it that made it? Peele? I don't really know their names.
Yeah.
But okay.
Jordan Peele?
Yeah. Jordan Peele is the one who made Get Out, and is he not a black person?
Mm.
Okay, so you cannot come and say basically he was trying to say that Hollywood is washing away.
That's what him and Trevor said, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard that clip, but he was really saying that he feels like Hollywood really only chooses British actors just because they're like supposed to be like a better version of black people. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he said with his own mouth. That's what Trevor said.
Which is really weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like black people, it's really interesting to me the way black people see themselves. They try so hard to prove to people, oh, we're this, we're better, we're better, we're better, we're worth it, we're worth it, we're worth it, but still steady compare themselves as though they're dirt or something like that. Yeah. Why are you going about saying it as though British people are, you know, above you because they, you know, like,
the only thing that's different is the fucking accent.
Like, I don't. Oh, because they were born there. Oh, they might have had it better.
I've also seen this thing where Black American people try to act like there's no way that there's hardship for Black people in England. Like, I forgot what fucking interview it was, like, with who, but I remember, like, there was an interview and Charlemagne was like over there, like, trying to downplay when this British actor was like, oh yeah, he is from like a poor part in England, and he was like, oh, like, what is like the hood? You know, they started laughing. He was like, ain't no damn hoods in the UK. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, just because it doesn't look like your hood doesn't mean that it's not the hood when you compare it to the type of society they live in. Yeah. Like, he came from the projects.
Yeah.
You know, like, that type of projects might look bougie to you, mm-hmm. but if you look at how the houses look, then it is the projects.
Yeah.
Like, if I was to say that I was from the fucking hood in America, mm-hmm. and tell that to a Nigerian person that's from the slums, would they not say that I'm living large if they saw my hood ass house?
Exactly.
And they'll say, so look at what you're complaining about. At least you have your own space. They don't even have a house to sleep in.
Yeah.
So everything is relative. So you trying to discredit somebody, or trying to say the person who struggles the most,
have this hardship.
Exactly, the person who struggles the most is the most black, means that you feel like if you don't struggle and your life isn't hard and you aren't being shat on, then you're not a black person.
As though there isn't systematic racism there too, you know, throughout the system.
As if hardship makes you black. Hardship is not what makes you black. I don't like that idea of, oh, if you're not struggling, then you're not a real black person.
Yeah.
No, you're black if your skin is black.
If you ain't have this, if you ain't have that, like, and I'm guessing most of this quote unquote hardship is not only if you're from the hood and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
It's, you know, oh, have have you been stopped by a police officer? Have you experienced racist this or racist that, or microaggressions in the workplace, and blah 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 blah, as though that can't happen in England.
I'm like, you know, there's more white people in England than there are here, right?
Why that wouldn't happen there would be a mystery to me. I feel like, you know what I also think too? I think that maybe, like, you know, when we were talking about this, me and Vi were talking about this earlier, that, like, I feel like a lot of black people might, like, think that the only type of black people that are in the UK are people that are, you know, African.
Yeah.
You know? So it's like maybe they're thinking in their head, because I've noticed here, you know what I mean, a lot of African people don't like to really, not that they don't like, they don't usually discuss, like, injustices as far as, like, racism and all that type of stuff. So maybe because they don't hear about it, you don't, like, in interviews, you don't hear a lot of British actors chatting about it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they in their head, they're like, oh, they don't chat about it, so clearly it must not happen, or it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But you don't know that. They just choose, you know,
to not
to
focus on it because they're an actor. They're not a political activist. So I can respect that. You know, you want to focus on your acting career. You're making a difference in representation.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he's not asked about it,
yeah,
then why would he speak on it? Why would an American person ask an English person in an American interview for an American movie about English discrimination?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. So then what are they going to talk about? American discrimination? So then all the American people in the comments can tell them to shut up because they don't know?
Exactly.
So it's like, that wouldn't happen, because there was a white interviewer who asked Daniel Kaluuya about where racism was worse. She was like, oh yeah, so since you were in America, then and you've worked in England, where do you feel like racism is worse? And stupid ass question, trying to get herself a pat on the back because she sees American people talking about racism and English people don't. And then he was just like, I mean, they're both bad.
Exactly.
He literally said they're both bad. See? He was like,
and that right there shows you that it's literally a thing for them. They're just not chatting about it as much. And then he said, American people do.
And then he was like, in America, it's more in your face.
Yeah.
But in England, it's like, it's more institutional, where they kind of go behind your back with it.
Yeah. See.
And so, does that mean it doesn't exist? Bad.
So because I haven't outwardly, you know, and I'm speaking in the terms of Daniel for really, but like, oh, because he has not outwardly been told to his face, you nigger, this and that, all of a sudden we should discredit it, you know, because that's not what happened. That's not the hardship he went through. I'm an American and that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But even still, like, I'm pretty sure he also has had yes. That happened to him too. But other than that, you know, it's also an institutional situation. It's systematic and stuff like that. You know, that's also bad. You know what I mean?
Because then you can't get housing.
Yeah, you know, like this rush to who got it worse, who got it bad, who got it, like, it's fucking dumb game.
Oppression Olympics is really annoying.
Instead of focusing on the bigger picture, we're focusing on who has it worst.
Like, that doesn't make any sense.
Stupid.
So for you to come and say that Daniel shouldn't have gotten that role, okay, please tell me what American actor, because at that time Daniel was unknown and to American audience in general. Okay, he was unknown. So who did he steal the role from? Are you guys not tired of seeing the same 5 black actors doing roles? Denzel, Morgan Freeman, Will Smith, Jamie Foxx, Forrest Whitaker. Who else? Michael Ealy.
What's it? Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Okay, and Michael B. Jordan is relatively new. Like, everyone I've named has been making movies from, like, the fucking 70s, 80s. Like, these niggas are gonna die soon. Can we get some fresh faces, some young actors?
Yeah.
They cannot keep playing young people.
And the fresh faces that they do have, quote unquote, Keith Powers and
from America.
Yeah, that American. I'm sorry, the
talent is not there.
The acting chops are not there.
The talent is not there.
And let me even give you an example, because maybe you might feel like I'm a biased ass bitch or whatever. But I don't know if you guys know who Columbus Short is. I'm sure you've heard of the infamous movie. What's it called?
Shit. Step Up.
No,
not Step Up.
Girl, no.
Stomp the yard, girl.
Stomp the yard. I'm sure you know that infamously Stomp the Yard. Everybody fucking loves Stomp the Yard.
Because
Everybody loved that shit.
The Chris Brown shit where he was on his head. Yeah, that one.
And then nigga died. But anyways, everybody loved the fuck out of that movie, okay? So I know you know who Columbus Short is. Okay. So Keith Powers had posted a tweet maybe a week or two ago about how he feels as though that I guess he's being overlooked in certain roles and stuff like that. So Columbus Short tweeted at him and was just like, he was like saying, it's not a direct quote, by the way. He said, I'm being slept on. Like, y'all sleep on me, or like Hollywood sleeps on me. Mm-hmm. And Columbus Short came in there and he pretty much replied to him and said, no, they're not. You're not that good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then Keith was like, oh, well, I was really just talking to myself when I tweeted that. Really? And then Columbus was like, no, I'm just saying that, you know, you really do need to put like more work in. Like, you're not being slept on because you know the acting chops are just not there. Yeah. You know, he pretty much said you need more work. Even though Columbus Short, he's got a lot of shit that he's done that's crazy, he has some truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Some of these new dudes, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they're being beaten out, you know, because they're the same age as Daniel Kaluuya or the guy from Snowfall. Shit. You know, they feel like they're beaten out by these guys, but it's like, are your acting chops as good as them? Excuse me. That's why I said, instead of to be focusing on that, Trevor Jackson, shouldn't you be focusing on your craft? You know what I mean? Making sure that you're really trying to be the best actor. Exactly. You're the best actor you can be. You know what I mean? Because some of these roles, please tell me, could you see Trevor in it? Could you see Trevor in Get Out? Get Out?
Was he gonna get Out?
Was he gonna get Snowfall? What's his name? No, the other one from Star Wars.
Oh,
he's relatively young too.
John Boyega.
Was he gonna get that? Trevor, were you gonna go out for that? Some of that stuff just not. You weren't. I'm sorry.
Because for me, when I see actors, there's like.
I'm basing that off of his acting chops. I'm not basing it off of just, oh my god, look at Trevor, he just can't. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about acting chops from his
performances.
Yeah, you know, from his past performances.
What is it? Blackish.
Yeah, that's really the main thing I know. And there's another movie that he saw that I actually went and paid to see with my mom. Forgot what it was called. You know, he was like a drug dealer or something like that. It was subpar acting. It was not good. I'm sorry. It really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that's how I feel about.
Yeah, when I think of actors, there's like, I think of two different levels of type of actors. Like, he's on the lower scale. Like, you know those type of movies, and you see the acting lineup and you already know that it's not going to be like a movie that moves you. Yeah. Because the people's performances just, even if the storyline is good, it's just like the performances are never that great. Like, he just seems like he makes Disney movies. Mm-hmm. Like Disney movies where it's not because Disney cartoon movies be hitting. But like Disney movies where it's like they're dressing up as superheroes in like real time and it's just corny. Like that's the type of actor that Trevor and like I didn't even know Keith Powers. I didn't know he was like an actor for real. I thought he was just really? I didn't know. I thought he was like an Instagram.
And he really does care about acting a lot, which I appreciate.
Really, girl, you know, I thought he was an Instagram influencer that just so happened to be in the movie NWA.
He really does like want to act, and
I didn't even know that.
And that's great. And that's, I'm not saying that these people need to just stop acting. No, I'm saying that, you know. And maybe not so much for Keith, like, you know what I'm saying? Keith, because he didn't, like, claim that about, you know,
the UK
people. He might feel that way. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, don't be focusing on who's cutting you short and who's doing this and that. Is your discography good? You know what I'm saying? Are you a good actor? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Trevor is the worst actor out here, but it obviously could be better. If we're putting Daniel Kaluuya and Trevor Jackson head to head, I am so sorry, Trevor. I'm not gonna choose you. I'm gonna choose Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna move me in any type of way. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain roles that Daniel probably shouldn't have either. I don't think Daniel should, you know, play in these little Disney bopper movies and that one other Blackish. That obviously is just not right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's so many different things on TV that everybody has a place for, you know, place for themselves. And that's not to say, Trevor, you can't move up. But it's got, like, some work has to be there. You cannot just be, oh my god, that British actor is just, oh my god, they take everything.
Like, I don't...
Like, going that route it starts to me. It just
it starts to become
it's a bad taste.
It starts to become like hateful.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, now you're trying to make it seem like you have a problem, not because he's
like why are you blaming these other actors? You know what I'm saying?
If you want to get mad at someone, get mad at the directors, the producers, the casting people, all of them. Maybe take it out with them.
Mm-hmm.
But or you know, like they had said, the video of the guy that was talking about Daniel, he said that apparently Samuel L. Jackson had said the same thing. Okay, Samuel L. Jackson, who has been taking up all the roles,
a bunch of roles,
okay,
that could have gone to a bunch of other different people, I'm sure,
if for exposure. Because Trevor said there's 1 billion American people, 1 million billion American people that could do those roles. Okay, well then,
tell Samuel to start working on that accent and move on there. That area.
Tell Samuel to, with all the money that he received from playing in all these roles. You know, he's an established actor, to open his own shit and hire all these billions and millions and billions and thousands of people.
That's true. That's another thing I didn't think about. Instead of complaining, I guess that's what Tyler Perry's doing. But it's funny.
Because then they hire...
But what's funny is a lot of people, they run and they don't want to be in Tyler Perry movies. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to go out for it. They want to be in white Hollywood. You know, where the white people accept it, where, you know, you'll be going to award shows and stuff like that. That is so true. They don't want what Tyler Perry has to offer.
That is so true.
Because Tyler makes more than enough movies for
y'all to audition for. And you know what?
Samuel, have you seen Samuel in a Tyler Perry movie? I sure haven't.
Well, for me, I felt like people don't like it because it's just corny. I'm not speaking anything about Tyler Perry and how the movies are. The movies, in my opinion, some of them are alright, some of them, you know, not so much. You know what I'm saying? But still, that is a man that is making his own strides, his own steps. He even said in an interview, I believe, you know, how he feels like Hollywood just doesn't see him, like they kind of glaze over him. Yeah. And, you know, I think that part of it is because some of the movies just aren't good, but, you know, he has had some good ones, so I'm not going to take that away from him. Yeah, like For Color Girls was super good.
Trevor, come on. They just opened up, you know, his big ass studio, so come and get you a job. You don't need to be worrying about what these British actors are doing. Don't be worrying about that. Don't be worrying about that. Talking about oh yeah, that's because they feel like British people are, you know, black people, but not really black.
Oh yeah, like they're not black.
Comment.
Like they're not black. Let me read you the comments from the video. Okay, so basically the video I'm talking about, where the guy was talking about Daniel, he was talking about Daniel because Daniel got cast, apparently, rumors, for this movie that's coming out about Fred Hampton, which was a Black Panther who, you know, the FBI not allegedly, but, you know, that's what we speculate, because we know that they took out the Black Panthers. Yeah. You know, killed him when he was 21. Yeah. And he was saying that he shouldn't have the role because, you know, he doesn't deserve it because he's not American. Yeah. And so if we're looking at it from that standpoint, even though I don't agree, I can respect that. Yeah. Like, I can respect that. You know, they can give that role to an American person. Yeah. However, I do feel as though the actor needs to look like the person they're acting about, and Daniel does not look like this guy at all. So I do think it was bad casting, but I don't think it was bad casting because Daniel's a bad actor. Because Daniel, I know he will do well in that role, but it's just not accurate. Like, if you watch the movie and then you go to see how the dude looks, he doesn't look like him, so it won't really match up. You know, when you try to envision it in your mind. But the person who, you know, is making the movie is Ryan Coogler, another black person. So, like, are you mad that these black, but he's worked with Daniel, so he knows Daniel is a good artist. He knows he's a good actor, a good person to work with, obviously. Just because you see these black actors and you like them doesn't mean that they're good to work with for producers. Like, they might be a hard person to work with because they're really nitpicky, or they're annoying, or they're really bougie and da-da-da-da-da. Just because they come off in interviews as nice and da-da-da-da-da doesn't mean that they really are behind the scenes. So maybe that's why some of the times you feel like, oh, this person could have got the role, but they didn't because they have a bad attitude.
Like, I feel like people don't understand that it's more than just a little movement of, oh, I want this person to play this role. Like, there's so many times you can go on Twitter and see people, like, for the live action version of Princess and the Frog, they were, like, giving, you know, different black actors, oh, I think they so-and-so should play that role, and so-and-so should play this role. Like, you know, it doesn't work like that as much as we wish we could. Like, there's more to it. Like, people actually have to go in, you know, they have to read the script. They don't just hand rolls out, you know. Even if they do hand a roll out, like, they're still gonna make them read the lines to
and
make
then
sure it's a
they act
good
like
fit.
people aren't busy. Like, what if he's someone that he wanted to have worked on it working on
conflicts with another movie, show, or etc.
So people in the comments, but you know, from that standpoint, I agree. I not really agree, but I can see where you're coming from. Where it's like, okay, you know, I'll give you that. Like, if you're talking about, you know, a historical Black American figure,
yeah,
I understand why you would want an American person to play it, even though I really don't think it matters that much.
Mm-hmm.
But I can understand and respect it. But it started to be contradicting because in the beginning of the video, he said he had a problem with Daniel playing the dude in Get Out, as if Get Out was a real story, as if it wasn't fictional. So then it's like, okay, no, you just have a problem with British people playing American roles. And the nigga who made the fucking video is liking all the comments in his comment section. And let me read you some of these comments so I can show you why this shit is some bigot ass, mega ass shit. This is really some MAGA shit, sis. Mm-hmm. It says, I would like to see hold on. Instead of these Black immigrants fighting racism over in the UK, they flee here where we fought to be included and bared the cost, so we should get to eat the fruit. We don't need these African immigrants, which many aren't allies and despise us, to be allowed to eat the fruit. We Black Americans are being erased across the board by these evil ass racist people. These immigrants are being used to marginalize and hurt our community. This slickness of white supremacy is so blatantly obvious. I can't say that word.
Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, slavery.
So wait.
Oh my god.
So you're gonna,
it's done a number on us. It really has.
Wait, so you're gonna use your own mouth to come and say that this is white supremacy when you, as a Black person, are shitting on immigrants. These African immigrants. He didn't even say British. This guy didn't even attempt to say British. At least he was being honest. Because usually they try to act like, oh, well, nah. No, you just don't like African people. Just say it.
Yeah.
African immigrants. Okay. Africa is a continent. But most African countries, are they not considered third world countries? So these immigrants that move to places where they want to give their family a better life, now all of a sudden that's a crime. That they come to America or they go to the UK and make a better life and they you know, they like,
apparently they're the enemies of progress.
So we're the ones that are making you look bad when nobody knows that we're African until we say we're African. When people see us, we're all Black, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm doing good as an African person who was Black, okay, I'm not a South African person who was white. I'm a Black African. When I'm doing good, you look good because I'm doing good for Black people because I am Black. 2, I'm not another race just because I'm from another country. Like, I don't know why you're over here sitting saying African immigrants despise us and da-da-da. I never see African people making videos about American people doing African roles because we're just happy that people are talking about our stories. You might think it's funny because, you know, obviously you guys have to do an accent and you guys are really bad at the accent sometimes.
Yeah.
But I don't see people saying that they're not going to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Cleo, they were talking about boycotting the movie. I'm gonna read you some of these comments, you guys, and I'm gonna get to the boycotting one. I was just like, really? You're trying to say that white people don't want Black people to succeed so bad, but you're going out of your way to tell other Black people not to support a Black movie because you're mad that the main actor is gonna be British? Okay. Okay. So, somebody said, okay, Hollywood was making those films of where is it? Okay, here it is. They said, thank you. I appreciate you paying attention to this and bringing light to this. African American actors should play African American icons. I'm like, okay, you know, like we said, you know, real life American person, you know, you can give the role to a Black American person. But I just don't see a lot of young Black actors that are in the forefront right now that are really good actors that are American. Like,
but the thing is that I think that and see, that's where we'll disagree. Because I know they are out there. I know they are.
No, I said in the forefront.
Oh, in the forefront.
And I think because I feel like,
but the thing is that it doesn't even always have to be forefront shit.
And I don't think so either. But I feel like the reason he picked Daniel was because Daniel's already kind of known, so he wants people to see the movie.
Because I was telling Vi that I feel like they do that. They'll get known people to get some momentum on it.
Yeah.
Like, people obviously like Daniel. He's doing really hot right now.
Yeah. So I feel like that's where the shit is wrong. Like, it's like, okay, like if someone that was unknown came.
But the thing is that my issue is that they're twisting it and they're having an issue with Daniel. You know what I'm saying? For me, as far as this situation with this movie,
mm-hmm.
I would have rather have seen it be a black American person that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody new.
Actually, that's someone that kind of looked like him. Like,
what's
Daniel
that,
does not look like
that
this
movie,
dude at
that
all.
movie, Bill Street, If Bill Street Could Talk.
Oh.
Two of those people I had never seen around.
And they both did a good-ass job.
And they did a beautiful job.
Girl, I was crying in that movie. That movie was so good.
You know what I'm saying? And see, those are movies that, okay, I want to see because, oh my gosh, it's fresh face. I honestly, I really, really, really do love when there's a new fresh face black actor. Like, I just love that. It doesn't matter if they're British, it doesn't matter if they're American or wherever the hell you come from. Like, I just want to see more of that because it's amazing. You're amazing to see.
You're giving more people opportunity.
It's amazing to see people follow their dreams and follow what they really want to do and actually really be good in their craft. You know what I'm saying?
Because these people who are new have something to prove, to show that they can do a good
old
job.
Bad actor in there. You know what I'm saying? I want to see someone I want someone to represent, all of us, but do a good job representing us. Not no trash job. You know what I'm saying? Then the purpose isn't even, isn't made. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, girl, let me show you how they blame Daniel. She just said it, and I found it. They said, these British actors should be turning down these kind of roles. Every time they make a movie on a real British person, they always hire somebody British. Why can't we have our stuff just like they have their own?
They made that's a real British
thank you. I was gonna ask you. Okay, do you know any? Maybe I don't know any, because I don't know any. 27 likes. The guy who made the video liked it.
And but the thing is that they'll be saying stuff,
but then they won't pull up the facts.
But they don't know nothing on it.
Pull up the facts. Where are the facts, receipts? I want to see them.
I really want to know. I'm sure there is, but I really want to know which one. Like, which movie are we talking about? In particular, and it better be a mainstream one, please. Not no low key ones, because clearly we're only talking about mainstream big movies, right? That's all the only conversation I've heard, because no one seems to care about the smaller stuff. So let's see the main big British movie that we're all claptrapping about.
Okay, next. Damn. They're really replacing all of our ADOS actors. For you guys who don't know what that means.
That's what that girl in that video was saying.
That's what the girl for Issa Rae is, a ADOS. And she said Issa Rae is not. Okay? Issa Rae, who both of her parents are black, but one of them is from Senegal. Let me explain to you how black people have created yet another term to divide the small community instead of actually trying to work together.
I just want you guys to understand also, I'm going to just add this in there. These will be the same people, ones that want to hold blackness so close to their heart, will be the same people that I be seeing tweeting about giving black cards. But do you see who they focus their energy on? These people hate African people more than they even have an issue with white people. They'll be so ready to give a black card to a white person than someone that is actually of the same skin tone as them,
Girl.
Okay.
ADOS, for you guys who don't know, because I didn't know what it was until I saw that girl going off on Issa for no reason, is American descendants of slaves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. American descendants of slaves. So, black people. I don't know if they count Native Americans.
Yeah.
Because Native Americans were slaves in this country, but I don't think they count them, because black people don't like to do their research when they come up with shit like this. So, black Americans whose ancestors are slaves are what they're calling ADOS. So I am not that, because my parents are from Nigeria. So I don't know if that makes me a better than them or worse than them. I don't know how they see it, because I think that shit is stupid.
And I'm only half of that. I'm like Issa. I'm only half of that. So
you're not allowed.
I also don't count.
So she's not allowed, from the girls' words. Cleo's not allowed to talk about Black American struggle because she don't know, because her dad is from Nigeria.
I don't know, even though I was born here,
born and raised
here.
And
from the time I was raised, all I ever knew was black culture. Because my dad is, if you knew him, he's a very, 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 very Americanized person. He never taught me anything about any Nigerian anything at all. Nothing. I don't know how to speak the language. Barely knew what the fuck Yoruba was until I was up in high school. Okay, but I can't talk about it just because my dad is from Nigeria.
Okay.
I can't talk. I can't talk. I can't say. Okay. I can't tell my experiences of how, you know, I had a friend when I was in elementary school and her mom was pretty racist towards me. You know what I'm saying? Telling me I couldn't hang out with her. Like my experiences don't fucking count just because my fucking dad is Nigerian. But bitch, I was raised here though. Okay.
They feel like they know so much about you, but they don't know shit.
They don't know nothing.
Make it make sense, bitch.
They act like we have all lived the same type of life.
Make it make sense,
because
bitch.
now I tell you that I'm half Nigerian, all of a sudden my life is, only thing I know is Nigerian. Like, no, that's not it. And I think Shorty even had mentioned, I want to even show you how biased that girl was. I think she even had mentioned the reason why she didn't say this, but I feel like the reason why she had a lot of these qualms with Nigerian people was because she had dated a few Nigerian niggas.
Yeah, she said that. She said in a clip.
Yeah, and she had bad experiences and stuff.
She was like, I dated a Nigerian man, so I know.
I know, exactly.
What do you know? You don't know shit, sis.
You see how they have one bad situation, and next thing you know, it's I don't like you at all. It's funny because
it's not what white people do.
Exactly. They come and chastise white people all the time and say, oh, that white person had one bad experience, and now they don't like any black people.
Like I said,
interesting. You see how black people like to follow in their footsteps.
You see,
hey,
you see when it's a majority situation.
Come and see.
It's very easy to come and shit on a minority. So let me read this paragraph this bitch had to say. Okay, damn, they're really replacing all of our ADOS actors. This is what Samuel Jackson was trying to tell everyone. It's so disrespectful to see all of these non-ADOS actors coming over here and playing in American movies, but our ADOS historical figures are taking roles away from ADOS actors while they're at it. Who's up for a massive and prolonged boycott for these movies? And guess what? The nigga liked it. So you want to boycott again a movie that is finally giving black people representation by having a black person play a black person. It's not like they're over here saying that there's a white dude finna play Michael Jackson like they were. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's over here an Egyptian movie with a whole bunch of white blonde haired people like it was that you're trying to boycott. You don't want to boycott Gucci properly, but you want to come and boycott. You want to come and boycott this movie.
And then she's speaking the truth right now.
You cannot come and boycott Gucci because Gucci everything. Gucci this, Gucci that. Gucci down. Gucci this, Louis this, Louis that.
Preach that.
But they shitting on you.
Spitting fucking facts right the fuck now,
blackface, all of that. Okay. Okay. You can't do it proper. Brand name, you're still giving them money, but you can't come and support.
But God forbid the Africans come in and play my roles. Play my roles of the get out nigga. Okay, interesting. Okay,
so Samuel L. Jackson has a lot to say about this. Like I said before, Samuel, please go collect all that money you have.
Yep.
Go build up your own studio and make sure that you're getting all of these underground Black American actors, giving them roles. I'll be very happy to see that.
Honestly, you know how they said that some of these British Black people need to be saying no? Samuel, I want you to say no to some of these roles. I want you to say no to them. I want him to, because you need to sacrifice for your people, yeah? Right? Sacrifice for your people. Allow them. I'm sure there's other actors that are around his age that would love to have his roles. So come take them and give him something. Because clearly you don't want to do what Tyler Perry's doing and make your own way, right?
Exactly.
And you also don't want to participate in Tyler Perry stuff, though.
So then why are you talking shit about I don't like when people talk shit and they complain and they have a way to change it. Like, the people in these comments don't have money to come and change some shit, so they're not. you know, they're doing the little that they can by spreading the word to boycott any movie that has a black British person that's forming an American accent.
Yeah.
As if it's not acting. Okay. Let me continue to read these hateful ass comments.
Like, come on, what is
acting? And then you see these comments. Okay. Kaluuya is not even that good of an actor. Why the hell is he getting all of this work? Shaking my head. There are much better actors than him. Likes from the person who made the video. And this nigga was the one who was saying he liked Daniel, right? You see how they like to lie? You don't like him. You're just trying to make it seem like you were not a biased person in the beginning, but you are.
Yeah.
Okay, let me keep reading. Oh, girl, these people were going. So somebody came to try to like talk some sense, okay? Brothers and sisters, these actors and actresses from other countries are not stealing roles from Americans. The Marvel and DC universes are filled with actors from around the world, including Americans. So to single out black actors that are not American to dump on is counterproductive, and you may end up hurting the community as a whole. Please do not let it be said that we are the ones preventing our own success due to infighting. Like I said before,
Exactly.
Like there are white actors that are from fucking Australia. What is that? Harley Quinn? Mm-hmm. Fucking Australian. Did she not play an American?
I don't hear anyone crying. I was just watching this show. It was Emmy nominated. It's called Fleabag. Okay.
Oh, I was supposed to watch that. Was it good?
Yes, it's actually really, really good.
Okay.
So there's a guy in there or whatever that is Irish born, and also, mind you, he's a gay man too. Okay, and he's playing somebody that's a priest, and you know what I'm saying. The priest is straight. Mm-hmm. And he's also meant to be British. You know what I'm saying? And nobody's crying tattooed tears about that. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Like, it's like, oh my God. I don't understand why black people, it's always something. You know what I mean?
It's always something to
That's why I feel like slavery
about.
has done a number, because, you know, it's just like they're always ready to cry, oh, I'm... You know, marginalized.
Oh, look at me. Someone help me.
Yeah,
help me.
Yeah.
I just
look how they do us wrong. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like all that talking about see how they do us wrong and no action. It's just a lot of talk and no steps to move it forward. Instead, you want to fight within each other and, you know, create issues. It's like always trying to create issues, trying to create issues. Like you're trying to create an issue where there is none. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just like that person said, it's counterproductive. You know
exactly. And then they were over here trying to say that, you know, UK people don't give a fuck about American struggle and shit. So someone in the comments was like, every time you think we're making progress as black people, opinions like this remind us that we're permanently divided. I'm a British and black person, and we go out of our way to support African Americans in all of your challenges in all your films, TV, and music projects, which they do. Yeah, that's why I was saying they do. Fucking Hollywood is worldwide. It might have started in the U.S., but they get their fucking money from everywhere. So for you to say that Daniel is not allowed to play an American role is bullshit, because they air those movies in the UK and they get UK pounds to make American actors rich. So if that is the case, they need to not play the fucking movies in London. They need to not play the fucking movies in the UK. So all these black American actors that you guys want to elevate can be pretty broke if they only show it in America.
I feel like Americans, oh my God, just like you said, I can understand why you got so frustrated when we were talking earlier. There's Americans, I'm sorry, and I know I'm American too, they're so freaking dense. They're so dense, they never want to use their brain and use their head. Do they really think that the only people that are bringing in money to the box office for black movies is just us ourselves? As though there's not other people around the world that are not going to go see these movies? That is so stupid. How dumb are you? You think because you're a little boycott and because a few of you are not going to go see the movies, that there's not other places around the world that are not going to go support them? And what does that do? Because just because there's one person in that role, the main character that's playing someone that's British, what about the other actors the extras? What about them? What about the people around around them. I know this guy that he's portraying that was a Black Panther. He wasn't just doing this shit by himself.
Exactly.
There's people that was around him, and I guarantee you, most likely those people are Black American ADOS or whatever the term is. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know what I'm saying? You see how you're being counterproductive? You're trying to go 2 steps forward, but you're really bringing us 5 steps back. You know what I'm saying? There's no sense in that. You know what I'm saying? Like these British, these British people really do, they really do support. You know what I'm saying? Though, because there's obviously movies where, that don't have any British people in it, and they go and see it. You see them whine and complain? Like you said, Hollywood is something that happens everywhere. It's for everyone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why is it that just because one of the main locations is literally in California, that's meant to be the dictator of what all happens?
No, because some
of these, like, another thing that people aren't thinking about is that in some of these cases, like, the directors could even be white. The directors could even
I'm so sorry. I hate you. Thank you.
Could even be British. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. I didn't want to say, so let me, because that was the point you brought up earlier. I said let me let her say her point because excuse you, all these people that are making these movies are not American. Thank you very much. You know why? Because Hollywood is just the music, the global music point, the main one that everyone goes to. Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood. Yeah. It's all based off of Hollywood. So inspiration. So obviously these English people are going to come here to live out their dream. Yeah. Anyway, let me finish reading what this nigga had to say.
Isn't that the
point of America? I guess not anymore. Let me finish reading what this nigga said. We go out of our way to support all of all African Americans and all of your challenges, all your films, movies, TV and music projects. Yeah. When we see the shootings and the injustice, we're hurt here because we literally feel like it's against our own. I can't tell you how disappointing it is to see you show so much resentment towards Black British actors in a few roles. Then someone in the comments came and said, how about Black British actors quit running and start fighting back? Demand them to make roles for you guys in the UK. We fought for our roles, not you.
Did you?
The man.
Did you fight for your role? Did you fight for it?
That man is a damn African. Not.
Hey!
I'm not kidding.
He said a damn African.
That man is a damn African, not a Black American, and his movies don't sell either. So stop it. This is about lineage. Wow. This is about lineage and our ancestors being portrayed by their descendants, not no Africans who sold them off. You see, I'm sorry. My head hurts.
Sold them off.
My head hurts. My head actually hurts. My head hurts for 2 reasons. Because this is just a whole bunch of wow, and because I'm actually sick. So I can't really laugh how I want to laugh right now, because my head will actually burst.
Really?
But
that's what he had to say?
That's what he had to say. That's what he had to say. Okay? He said that himself has fought for Black Americans to get roles. I love how American people like to act like, just because the civil rights movement happened here, everyone was involved. It was a sliver of people that were involved in the movement, and then everyone benefited. Everyone wasn't out here putting their life on the line. Okay. If you're not an actor, I don't think you're out here fighting for actors' rights. You're not. So for you to say that you guys fought for the rights, no, you didn't.
Another thing that's just stupid is that it has to start somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, let's even bring up Diane Carroll, which is an actress I didn't even really know about until she passed away. But, that's like one of the first, Black actresses that were in, that was in a movie and stuff like that. So, okay. And yeah, maybe she had to fight. Like, I don't know her backstory that well and stuff like that, but obviously it has to start somewhere. Like, somebody has to put their foot in the door. Like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But also, let's also think about circumstance. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, Sidney Poitier, you know what I'm saying? Yes. Like, these people also just so happen to be born and raised in America. You know what I'm saying? And where is Hollywood? It's in California. It's in America. So it's a circumstantial situation. Where what real hardships did they? I'm sure there was hardship. Obviously, there's discrimination. Don't even get me wrong. But at the same time, they're making those steps to make it easier for other Black actors that came in. You know what I'm saying? for example, Angela Bassett, Taraji P. Henson, Octavia, Spencer, Viola Davis, they're paving the way for all of them, and that's exactly why they appreciate them so much. You know what I'm saying? So why can't they have paved the way for other black,
actors,
black actors in other places? It makes no sense to me. This hatred is ridiculous.
He's a damn African.
It's fucking.
So you're upset.
You see how he didn't even bring British anymore? It's all just that he's African. Can we really just say the real situation? Can y'all really just be real about it and just say you don't like African people? You're trying to skirt it over with him being British.
Girl,
he's British. He's British.
Girl, when I saw
It's
that,
not that he's British.
I was like, wow. Trevor in his comment said, Black American people and British.
Trevor Jackson commented?
No.
Oh, girl.
He said Black
girl.
British people and Black American people are not the same. That's what he said.
Yeah.
They're not the same. I don't know if he means because, they feel like Black British people are all recent immigrants.
Yeah.
Or what. But I do know that in America, Black people make up about 13% of the population, which is about 40 million roughly.
Yeah.
Out of that 40 million, over 90% of that is still ADOS, like Sis wants to call it, okay?
Yeah.
That's what they want to call themselves, cool. About, 4 point something million of Black people in the U.S. are immigrants, are recent immigrants, like from, like, if you want to count, like, the 80s, okay, are immigrants, and are children of immigrants. 4 point something million, is that even that much? That's not even a lot for us to be taking your job. Like, the way they make it seem is like we are pushing them out and we're going to take all their jobs. It's not that many of us.
Yeah.
4 million to 40. Who, like, if you don't get the job, if there's 40 million of you and they interviewed all of us and they had all of us do a read and four African people, or not even African, because get this, I didn't even know this. This was news to me, bitch. I didn't know that most of the Black immigrants from the U.S. are not even African. They're Caribbean.
Wow.
They're usually Caribbean. If they're not Caribbean, they're Haitian. Then Nigerian is next. So it's Jamaica, Haiti, Nigeria. That's
wow.
And then the other rest are like African countries, but Jamaica is the most. So it's like Caribbean is like 50%. And I'm not, when I say Caribbean, I'm Jamaican.
But
other Caribbean countries. They just, and that's what I say, they just don't like African. Just say you just don't like African people, because I don't see anybody upset at homie in Black Panther, the gorilla nigga. Yeah. That nigga is Caribbean. Yeah. Is anyone upset with him? No.
We're gonna have this xenophobia conversation more in depth in another episode, but this all really does tie in, because there's definitely more I want to say on that, but this episode will be incredibly too long if we do all that. But,
okay. Let me hit the actor. Let me hit the actor side. We're probably gonna take a quick break.
I also wanted to say that, like, even all in all, like, they really act as though there's so many British African people taking up so many roles. You know what I'm saying? I literally still see many different roles of non-British African people, are still like, you know what I'm saying? They're still acting. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it. Like, let's even think about When They See Us. I don't think anybody in there was British African. Did anybody British African? Nope. Maybe someone was, but there was still a good amount of them that were all pretty much, ADOS, from what we say, except, what's his name? The guy that played Corey Wise, Jarrell Jerome. I know he's Dominican or
he's Latin.
Like, so maybe he's not fully ADOS, but like,
I don't think they hate those people. I think that it's really just
okay. So we can accept them though. Okay, so we'll accept them, I guess, because everything's just so out of whack and doesn't fucking make any type of sense.
See, it doesn't.
It's like we'll take them, we want to take that. But then at the same time they don't want Dominican. I mean, oh my God, it's annoying. It's annoying. It's too much. It's too much. Like, literally.
And if you're gonna do that for people, for ethnicity, since you want to be so specific, okay, please, I don't want to see anybody straight playing any type of transgender homosexual character ever. So Jared Leto, get a crucifixion for playing that person that had HIV and that was a transgender. You know that movie that won a fucking Oscar? Or
I saw it.
So I we upset that it was a straight man playing both the roles? Isn't that nigga that everyone likes so much? What is his name? That I kept thinking
Matthew
was
McConaughey.
Yes, I kept thinking that nigga was British. I don't know why.
Girl, what? No.
I don't know
He's
why.
Very Texan.
I don't know why. I really thought he was English for the longest. Please, is he not straight? The guy that's from that's in that damn Modern Family, the fat gay husband. He's straight.
He's straight. Yeah.
A lot of these, and then even some gay niggas that have been playing straight characters for so long. I don't know really names of white actors, but there was this one white actor, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't know he was gay.
Oh, you're talking about the guy from White Collar. What's that guy's name? A lot of people think he's really fine. He was also in American Horror Story as well. Yeah. If you guys, if you watch American Horror Story, you probably know who I'm talking about. People wanted him to be the guy in 50 Shades of Grey. They wanted him to be the main character. I forgot what his name is. He used to act in a lot of different shows, but I forgot it. But he's like really, really cute looking, very fine or whatever.
Girl.
But yeah,
Spider-Man.
And he's gay. You know what I'm saying?
Spider-Man's not British.
That's true.
But he's white,
it's okay. Our main Spider-Man that everyone fucking loves right now is British. He's a British guy. I haven't heard no complaints.
Okay, we're gonna cut this shit right now, and we'll be back.
Y'all
because
just sit and think.
I have receipts.
Sit and think about it.
I have receipts to show you why all of this saying that movie this, movie that, historic character needs to be ADOS is bullshit.
All right, we'll be back. Hit you back. Okay, and we're back.
So let me read to you guys why what Homie said about having Black American actors play Black American historical figures isn't really adding up. So everyone knows Chadwick Boseman at this point, the Black Panther. I knew him from a lot of different movies because I love watching like history pieces, like realistic fiction and like historical fiction. So those are like really my favorite movies to watch. So I watched I don't know shit about baseball, I don't give a fuck about baseball, but I watched the movie 42. And Chadwick played Jackie Robinson. Okay. Chadwick also played Thurgood Marshall. Chadwick also played James Brown. Now, is Chadwick the only Black American actor there is? No. But why the fuck is he getting all these historical roles?
That's three roles in all different types of people. Thurgood Marshall, Jackie Robinson, and who else?
And a sports player.
I said that.
Oh.
Jackie Robinson.
And James Brown.
Wow. We got a singer, a baseball player,
and a lawyer. It was
wow. That's a good amount of. Wow. That could have gone to so many different people.
But it all went to him, and that's a testament to show you that he's a good ass actor because he really played the role well in all those movies. Okay, so I'm not knocking him for that. Okay, but I'm saying if they're gonna complain that a lot of Black people aren't getting roles in historical representation pieces, then okay, then maybe we should have tried a little harder to see who else could have done it.
Exactly.
But they gave it all to Chadwick.
That's why they're upset, because they feel like they're seeing the same type of people. But that's a different conversation. That's more of a conversation of Hollywood keeps on choosing the same people that we already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To keep, to keep, playing those roles and stuff like that. So
like, okay. So next we have hold on, give me 1 second.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I just feel like, if you're upset about that, then, just hit up Hollywood and be like, bro, y'all have the same people playing the exact same roles over and over again. You know
exactly.
what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. Instead of getting mad at people coming in and, trying to, even being nervous that they're not going to be picked because they do have an accent, so now they're going to have to get an accent coach, and that's sources and funds that maybe the director isn't trying to waste. Yeah. Trying to hire someone to come and teach them how to do an American accent proper. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But people don't think about that. So let me go on to read, since apparently they like to say that all we have is UK actors coming to play historical figures. Like MLK was played by that British guy David Oyelowo. Yeah, and that man is Nigerian British. Okay, but he's still British. Yeah. Then the dude from 12 Years a Slave was also a real person. He was played by another British actor. I'm pretty sure the dude is African, but I don't know what country, so I'm not even going to try and say I know. But I know he's still British. You know what I'm saying? Those are off the top of my head, the two that I can say, okay, are main historical figures that I know were played by, British people or people that were not American. Lupita, I think people don't talk about Lupita when they talk about shit like this, because they like to pick and choose the type of people they like for their representation. Yeah. Lupita is a person who is graceful and she's dark as hell.
Exactly.
So they like to use her and Viola Davis and other super super dark skinned women to show, oh yeah, dark skin is beautiful and this and that and that and that. So they pick and choose for where it's okay and where it's not okay.
They get more mad about the men. They get more mad about the men, maybe because there's more British men and stuff.
Yeah,
but
that are in the forefront.
But there's still a good amount of British women. But I feel like it's that they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sandy Newton. I don't know if y'all know that she played Tyler Perry's love interest in one of his movies. She's a whole British woman. Also, the woman from Moonlight.
Sandy Newton, right?
No, that's Sandy Newton.
No, Sandy Newton is who you said, right? That's the British person. I was trying to remember her name so bad. I was like, she's a black person and she's British, and people don't know she is fucking English.
Yeah, and she's just a very, very, even to show her acting chops, you should watch that movie that she was in alongside Tyler Perry. She's such a good actress in that. The way she even does an American accent is amazing. I remember not even believing that the woman was British until I heard her in an interview, and I was like, oh my gosh, this woman is actually British. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really hear people complaining about that.
I don't hear anybody complaining about Zoe Saldana. She's American, but she's not ADOS. You know how she's not? Because she's Latin American.
Okay.
She's Latina.
What's the other woman's name? Gina something. The woman that played in Suits. There's a black woman that plays. Well, she's not black actually. There's actually a woman in that plays in Suits, the show Suits, and she's also Latina as well. Just look back.
But it's like I don't see you guys over here crying.
I'm not mad about that.
Over that.
Same with Gerald Jerome. Gerald Jerome will do a little half and half because I don't think he's fully. I don't know what he really all is. Like he might be. Black.
I know he's from New York. I know that.
I know
that's all I
his
know.
Mama's for sure Hispanic. I know.
Oh, okay.
I've seen the picture. She for sure is. So, I don't know. People aren't mad about that.
Okay, but they were mad at Issa. So they should be mad about him too.
Yeah.
Because he's half. If he's half, he's half.
You see how it's all very directed towards just African people? Y'all think about that.
Okay. So people in the comments of Homie's video that were up here talking about some, oh yeah, he's just African this, African that, go back to England and play your own roles because they were trying to say that we don't know how they were trying to say how would someone in Kenya feel about an American person playing someone in Kenya, as if that hasn't happened before. So let me
some facts for you guys.
Let me read a list
for those that have said that. We got some facts. All right,
because that shit happens all the time.
All right,
okay,
let's hear it.
Terrence Howard, if you guys don't know, that's the dude from Empire with the blue eyes, green eyes, the black man, played Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Jennifer Hudson, in the same movie, played Nelson Mandela's wife, Winnie Mandela. Okay. Are these people African?
No.
Clear, are they African? Okay.
I didn't hear anybody from South Africa complaining. Did you?
And I didn't hear American people up in arms for us.
Nope.
How they're trying to say they would be.
Nope. Everybody kept their mouth closed. Continue.
Okay. So there was another Nelson Mandela movie.
Oh.
Did they get an African to play this time?
Let's see.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow.
I think that's a good fit. And I'm fucking Nigerian. And I think that's a good fit because that nigga looks like him.
Exactly. It was Invictus. That's the role. If you put it side by side,
they look alike, and that's all you should be worried about if they fucking look alike. So you being mad about Daniel's role for Fred Hampton, if you're not saying that you're upset because they don't look alike, and you're trying to say you're upset because he's British, your head is not screwed on right. Okay. Next, Will Smith.
Okay.
What did he play? He played the Nigerian doctor in Concussion.
Yep.
And I remember when that shit was coming out, and my friends were telling me, they're like, oh my god, girl, how do you feel about this movie? I said, I haven't seen it, but at least they're fucking talking about it.
And guess what? Nigerian people were welcoming him with open arms. I remember even I think they even had like interviews. I don't even remember for sure, but I know a lot of Nigerian people were welcoming it with open arms. People were just trying to make sure or hoped that his accent would be good. Exactly. I remember my dad even went to see it too, and my dad is Nigerian. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, yeah, it's just the accent just wasn't good. Like that's it.
Exactly.
There was no other critique on it. He didn't say the accent was crap.
Okay. So for the British people that play American roles, is that your critique that their accent is not up to par? No, because you don't even know they're British till they talk in an interview. So it's not. So what?
They usually be shocked, like we said earlier.
So what? So what? You don't even know homie's British until he talks. Okay. Me, when Will Smith was in that movie, I ended up not seeing the movie.
They're bamboozled. Oh my God, he's British? Now I can't like. Oh, and he's African. Now I can't like it no more. Sorry, but y'all eat the fuck out of Idris.
I think it's because they don't know Idris is African.
Okay.
I'm
just gonna say okay because it's all stupid. So I'm not even gonna try to rationalize why they would accept Idris, but they don't like Daniel though. The way they are hating Daniel in these comments. Okay, continue.
Okay. Let me even go to a fictional character because a lot of these characters that they seem to be upset about are fictional anyway. When Eddie Murphy played homie from Coming to America, played an African prince. He made up the land.
That's literally a movie that everybody likes.
Everyone, my parents love that movie,
and they're African.
Because they think it's so funny. My mom loves Eddie Murphy. She was not offended, even though they were saying some stereotypical ass shit.
Yeah.
She was not offended. She thought it was funny.
Isn't that interesting?
You see how we can take a joke, but you guys can't take a joke. When we try to make a joke, all of a sudden it's, oh yeah, we think we're better than you. We're coming over here to use you. People in the comments, oh my God, they had me cracking up. They were talking about we can't gain anything from these African people, but they gain stuff from us. So we don't need that. We're going to talk about that some more in the xenophobia talk. So I'm really going to try not to mesh the two too much because they really overlap. But I'm really going to try not to do that. Okay. Obviously, like we said, Chadwick Boseman. You know what I'm saying? He was Black Panther. His accent was actually pretty good. It was like a pretty decent South African accent. So, I'm not even going to hold him too much. I couldn't watch the movie the concussion movie because the accent was so bad it was like throwing me off. And I was like, I kept wanting to laugh. So I was like, okay, I can't really watch it. And you know what's funny? The person who told me the accent was shit was my American-ass friend. He was like, oh, Vi, I don't know if you're going to want to see this movie. I was like, oh, why? Like, was it bad? He was like, the accent was atrocious.
It's pretty bad.
And I, saw the trailer. I was like, oh, let me just not even.
I went to see it with two friends from school when we were in Dallas. But we saw it here in Houston. But yeah, I remember after we were just shaking our head. It was a good movie overall, but that accent was just
you could have worked. You see how they could have worked a bit harder to get the accent down packed, but it's they don't take the time.
And it's so funny,
to do that.
Even in that, about all people. It's so funny that even in that, all people had to say was, "I wish they would have had him spend more time on the accent." You didn't hear people in the comments or people saying
they should have got a Nigerian person.
Replaced him
because
wholly. They very well could have because there's. So, as you guys claim, there's so many, Nigerian and African people, African people, British people, or whatever that are here. They all could have taken that role, but no, they didn't decide to do that. You know what I'm saying? They decided to actually have an actor act, because that's what acting is, and help them with the accent and stuff like that. Though it wasn't good, everybody was just like, oh, they should have spent more time on it. But also, quite frankly, getting a Nigerian accent ain't that easy when you're an American-ass person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's all you know. So, at the end of the day, people weren't on them that heavy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Even if they were, I still didn't see them say they should have just given it to a Nigerian.
Forrest Whitaker, okay, played Idi Amin. I don't know if I'm saying this name right because this is not a Nigerian person. He played someone from Uganda.
Wow.
And guess what? Won a motherfucking Oscar.
Oh!
Won a motherfucking Oscar for that.
Wow.
Okay? Guess who played his wife? The wife was also Ugandan.
Okay.
Kerry Washington.
Hey!
Are these people African?
No.
Cleo, are they African?
No.
But But ADOS don't take African roles, right?
Okay.
Niggas in the comments talking about how would South Africans feel if American people were taking. Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
Shut that ass up!
Y'all just be talking. Shut the hell up with that stupid shit.
Clap, shopping. You should just say. You should just say what your true feelings are.
Shut the hell up!
You don't like Africans. You don't like Africans.
Just say that. Just say that and be done with it.
You don't like Africans. You don't like Africans.
Because it's like when I see that American people are playing African roles, me as an African woman, I'm proud. I'm happy. I'm like, yes, someone is telling our story.
There we go. See, you hear that? You see how she said they're telling our stories. Nobody's bent up on if they are true to it. Do they know it? Are they this? So you should just go for roles that you're true and you knew. You right? So if you're playing a crack dealer, you should have been one, huh? If you're oh my God.
Omar Epps played a Ghanaian role in the movie Deadly Vogue. Okay. Don Cheadle played the lead role in Hotel Rwanda.
Yeah.
Do I even need to say where the movie's based in? Rwanda.
Yeah.
Africa.
My only issue with it is the only time I'll ever have an issue is if it's like you said earlier, like it's contradicting with the whole look of a person. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you know, like
having a Moroccan person play a Nigerian person wouldn't make sense because Moroccan people are way lighter than Nigerian people. Yeah. The hair is not even the same. The features are not the same.
So I don't want to hear anybody saying any of that. Oh, what about if they're like, because that's obviously don't even make no damn sense. If the person was meant to be a dark skinned person, you know what I'm saying? Then they should be. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I feel like Fred Hampton going to Daniel is like, oh, they could find someone else because that nigga don't look like him. But that's the only reason. For Get Out, there was no look for the dude. He just had to be black.
So what's the issue?
And Daniel's black. Okay, let me keep going. Denzel Washington got an Oscar nomination for Steve Biko, a South African apartheid activist. Denzel motherfucking Washington. This nigga has played in so many movies. They could have given that shit to somebody else. Like y'all said, okay, give it to someone else. Give it to someone underground. Give it to someone that understands the culture more. Okay, so are they supposed to wait until Trevor Noah becomes somebody to give him the role? Since he's South African? No! They felt like they wanted to make the movie. They found someone that they felt like was a good fit for the movie. And the nigga did good in the movie. He got an Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
Okay. And y'all love Denzel. So I know y'all were not up his ass talking about why did you take this South African role?
You should have turned it down.
That's what they're saying. That British people should turn it down.
You should have turned it down.
You come to the U.S. to get roles in Hollywood, and when they give you a role, you say, no, give it to my neighbor. Give it to him. He didn't do as good as me, so I'm not going to give it to him. You don't think that it's harder for them to come here and learn a whole new accent? Learn an American accent, but not only that, learn an accent specific to a certain region?
Okay.
West Coast. California.
we all don't sound the same. Texas don't sound like New York.
New York doesn't sound like LA.
Okay.
LA does not sound like a Midwestern accent. It does not sound the same. Everything does not sound the same.
Yep.
Okay? Even Texas and fucking Atlanta don't sound the same, and we're both in the South.
Like, so okay, with this logic that these people are saying, so does that mean, say I was an actress and I'm going up for a role, and the person is meant to be from LA, right? Does that mean that I can only take the role if I'm meant to be from LA?
Yeah.
Because I'm from Houston, Texas, so I guess I can't take the role because I'm not from LA. I'm not from Compton.
No, you're not.
If we're talking about specific regions of the movie, and the movie was in Compton, I can't take it now?
You see? You see how it starts to not make sense?
So if we're going to go by that logic, then that's the case, yeah? You see how it's fucking stupid? That wouldn't make sense because who all watches movies? Is the movie just going to air in Compton, or is it going to air everywhere?
It's going to air fucking everywhere, bitch. Like, you guys,
like, come on.
The dude from NWA, I said NAACP, Jesus Christ. NWA.
Yeah.
The one who played Eazy, isn't he from Louisiana? Isn't he? I thought, okay. So how the fuck is he playing somebody from
I bet y'all was mad about that, I bet y'all, y'all was pissed. I'm like, yeah. No, you weren't, because that's fucking stupid. It doesn't make any sense, and it's a bit dumb.
And you were happy.
Sure the person's only from that region, they only this and that. you only can be black of the ADOS, and then that's the only way you can do those roles. And we're not talking about autobiographical roles. We're talking about apparently any role that is meant to be for a black person.
Any role that was created in America. As if all Hollywood roles are not created in America, because Hollywood is in America. Every Hollywood role is created in the US because Hollywood is located in the motherfucking US. That does not mean that all the producers come from the US. That does not mean that all the producers are like black American. That shit is dumb.
That stupid ass comment of you need to fight
for your own shit over there. We fought for our shit over here.
What kind of sense does that make?
We fought for our shit over here. Okay, but you fought for your shit over here. But guess what? Guess who came over here to also fight for your shit and also get you guys to be known? Okay, Naomi Campbell.
No, but are they even
but Naomi Campbell is what? She's English. Yeah. Okay? And does she not pave the way for a lot of American fucking models that are dark skinned?
Yeah.
So should she take all of her accomplishments and take it to the fucking UK so only light skinned models can be, able to walk in the US? Yeah. Y'all are dumb. Y'all say stupid shit all the time. Think about what you're saying before you say it. You're being hateful, so it doesn't make any sense. You're on that immigrants go away shit, MAGA shit, Trump shit. So just say you want to vote for Trump. Just go and say it. You love him.
Put your red hat on, boo.
Just go ahead and say it.
Be with Kanye, baby.
Go ahead and say it. There was even, and all these roles I've said, only one of them has been Nigerian, which is Will Smith, and most of them have been men. I'm finna say a female right now. I don't know how to say sis's name. Anika Nani Rose, Half a Yellow Sun, was a Nigerian movie. She played a Nigerian woman. True story. Was she Nigerian? No, she was not. Nigerian people do not hate y'all this much where we're so upset that you guys do shit that represents us. Nobody cares. Yeah. It seems like the only people that care are ADOS.
I feel like a lot of these people in these comments are clearly taking some life experiences that they've had with some African people or something, or some feeling
or just some shit that they heard. I feel like sometimes shit don't even have to happen to somebody.
That too, but also that or maybe also like I said, black people, they really feel as though, I feel like sometimes, we have a tendency to think, or put ourselves down here, you know what I'm saying? Put ourselves to the floor, because, they just are, I don't think that, someone thinks they're better than them.
Exactly.
And all this other stuff. And it's not even that. You know what I mean? It's not even that. These people are just grinding and doing their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said again, Trevor Jackson and Keith Powers, these other people are practicing their craft. They're not worried about you. They're not worried about you or Trevor. They're not worried about Trevor or Keith
Trevor
trying to fight. You know what I mean? Push you out of the way. No, I can guarantee you, John Boyega, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
And Daniel.
No, Damson Idris. That's the guy's name from Snowfall.
That's not the one I was going to talk about. But anyways, all those guys, those young guys that are fairly around those dudes' age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're not focused on that. They're not focused about you and that and that and that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of guys going out for these roles. They're focused on being the best at their craft.
Exactly. Because I know for sure Daniel was not about to go and try to be MLK. I mean, not Daniel, excuse me. Trevor was not going to go for the role of being MLK. He wasn't going to audition for that because the age is not making sense.
I can do it just because I can do a British accent.
Okay.
He thinks that that's all that it is. Just because, well, I won't say that. Let me not say that that's what he thinks, but he made it seem massive. Yeah, he's acting as though because he can do a British accent. Okay, great. Yeah. Now that's essentially how the clip started.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now he can do a role that's
England based. No, you have to learn the culture.
It's more than just the accent, boo. Not even that. It's more than just the accent, boo. Can you act? Are you gonna be able to convince me?
And to be a good actor, to play some shit that is a timepiece and a location piece, you have to do history research or an extra shit to make sure that you have the feeling of how the people felt at the time, have it correct.
Yeah.
The only other role that I'm thinking that he would even be upset about is Snowfall. Because that's LA based. It's based in the 80s where when crack became, an epidemic in a black community, how the government dropped the shit in, poor black neighborhoods to pay for wars and shit. Okay. That's where I'm like, okay, maybe this is what Trevor wanted to do. But Trevor, I don't think your acting skills can live up to the role. I watched that show. I didn't know homie was English until after season 1. And I was watching Interview, and I saw him and John Singleton. And this nigga said he had to put in extra work to make sure his accent was down packed.
Yeah.
He had a vocal coach. He had like history lessons and all this stuff. Please, Trevor, are you gonna do all of that for a role? Are you? You don't seem like you want to put in that much work.
Yeah, instead you're on Terrell's show and you're just complaining about...
You don't seem like you want to put in that much work, so I don't think you would do that all for one role. You seem like you would just drop it and try to do something else. But what do I know? I don't know.
We don't know exactly. We don't know. You might. You know what I'm saying? But
you haven't put yourself out there to come and see.
Let's just really see you do that. You know, and I don't want to hear anybody say anything about well, Trevor might not be getting roles because of the things he's done in the past. Let's bring Zendaya out for a hot minute. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, yes, I understand that the girl's light skinned, so I know that has a play in it. But what I'm really trying to get at with bringing up Zendaya is that this is someone that did literally a Disney character. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That can stop you from getting roles because people will see you as that little baby type of, catering to kids type situation. But obviously she had to do some this and that in order to prove that she could do Euphoria. They're obviously not going to just give her Euphoria just to give her Euphoria.
Yep.
You know what I mean? She's going to have to put some work behind it. You know what I'm saying? And Trevor, are you putting that work in? And if you are, Trevor, I can't wait to see you in something that's better than Blackish, something that's gonna move me.
Yeah, because that show was corny.
Let's really see it,
And I've seen. This is why I don't like when people complain about shit like this, because they act like Hollywood is only full of white directors and casters. Like, some of these people that make shows and movies base it on their life, even if it's not a true story, they base it off of their life, and these people happen to be black. Moonlight is a perfect example of this.
Yep.
Because it is a black film by a black director who is gay. Okay. When I was watching the interviews, I didn't even know that it was taking events from his life until he said his mom was a crackhead also, and the mother in the movie was a crackhead.
Yeah.
And guess who he cast to play the mom? An English woman, a British woman.
Wow.
And homie is American.
Yep.
Guess who he cast to play the gay people? Straight dudes.
Yep.
3 straight black boys and men.
Yeah.
3 of them.
Yep.
Straight.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you going to come and tell him that he's working for white supremacy?
I bet they will.
Because he felt like these people told his story proper.
Exactly. He didn't focus on where these, people...
This nigga is not gay. That the buff nigga that everybody likes, that was also in that movie with Sandra Bullock over the summer. I forgot that nigga's name. But he is straight as hell and everyone thinks he's fine. So also fine. They love his ass. Girl, this man was a football player before he became an actor. And he's still...
Oh, are you talking about Blindside? He wasn't gay then.
Oh, okay, not him, not.
Oh,
no, this that came out this summer. Everyone kept talking about it. Bird Box.
Oh, wait.
Sandra Bullock's love
he's
interest. Gay? No. He was the gay adult in Moonlight.
Oh, you're right. He was. I didn't even peep it until I saw Moonlight. Yeah.
And people loved the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He did a good ass job in Moonlight.
Yeah.
And guess what? He played a gay character. He was able to get another role that was different.
Being an actor.
Because he's acting.
You know
you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, so if you're gonna come and nitpick for everything, then you need to be cut and clear, because the lines are starting to mesh where it seems like everyone's cool except for if you have recent African descent, since you feel like we apparently sold all the black slaves to the U.S.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Okay. Whatever.
Yeah. But,
that's
it's really a trip. It's a trip, man.
That's it.
I don't know. I just really need black people to just...
Sometimes...
Can we really start,
sometimes you need to take a step back and look within yourself and say, maybe I can do better.
And actually also, like she said earlier, really think about what you're saying. I feel like when that British guy came in the comments and said we had to say, he made really good, valid points. For that guy to just come back and just say, you know, all that hateful this and that, it's like,
didn't even address
you're not
what
even
he
exactly
said.
you're not even addressing what he's saying. You're just saying how you feel and what you're mad about. And I feel like black people are just trying to get out. Oh, we're mad about this, we're mad about this, mad about this. Okay, mad about this. So are we going to move on from it? Are we going to make our steps over? You know, are we like, what are we going to do to come together? Because at the end of the day, there's a bigger issue to fight rather than this, you know, not fucking with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's really not doing anything for us. It's not bringing us anywhere. It's counterproductive, as the other guy said in the comments. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We need to be moving forward. You know what I'm saying?
Like no one is saying that we should close our eyes and act like there's no differences. No,
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in acknowledging that there's differences in different ethnicities and cultures, because I feel like you can learn from other people, and that's what makes you a beautiful. That's what makes you beautiful and unique to yourself. It's what makes the world beautiful. If everyone was the same, that shit would be so dry.
And I also want you guys to people to think that this is acting.
Again,
acting.
Please, let's just
if
take
you
it back
need to go to Google
the
and type up acting to make sure you know what acting is. You would realize that it doesn't make sense to try to make sure that when someone's playing a non-autobiographical, okay, make sure you heard me, that they have to be of black descent. You know what I'm saying? That just makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Autobiographical, I can understand because you're pulling from someone's real, true life. This is a real person. I get it. But there's no reason for people in the comments to be as upset as they were
to
over some Get Out shit.
To boycott. But it's like, okay, usually when they do the movies where it's based off a real person, they sometimes...
Because the movie ain't come out, right?
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said some Get Out shit, because the movie hasn't even came out. You know what I'm saying? Clearly there's, you know, for you to spark up the issue and be mad like this, you know, it's got to be stemming from some other type of roles or something else you've seen him in. So we can only really pull from Get Out. That movie hasn't came out yet. I can understand them being really upset that he doesn't look like him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the end of the day, I think you should be mad at the people that chose him for the role rather than him.
For trying out for the role, like, equal opportunity. He tried out, doesn't mean you say yes.
There's so many roles that they probably go out for that they don't get, so.
And then it's like, okay, but if the family is involved in the making of the film, or they, you know, go to the family to see how he was.
Yeah.
I don't think, if the family is seeing that this person is doing due diligence to, you know, get their family member right, I don't think that you, as a viewer, should have so much to say about it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time I see how they, like, you know, behind the scenes when, like, yeah, you know, the family showed me their stuff and their pictures, and, you know, I went to their high school and I saw some of their stuff, and I, you know, I dabbled in this and I slept like this and I did that.
Yeah.
Like, they really bury themselves, immerse themselves deeply in the role. So for you, out of anger, to come and say, after putting all that work in, that you're not going to watch it just because.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You're being spiteful.
Like, y'all, you know.
It's just spite.
Again, Trevor, are you doing that?
Focus on your craft.
Are you burying yourself in your room for some fucking Blackish?
The worst one on there is talking all this shit about English people.
Okay, but yeah, y'all, that was pretty much our rant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's just, we always see it. We always see stuff like this, and it's like, okay, after...
And exactly, and also I want y'all to know, this is like pent-up anger. Like, this is a conversation I've really been wanting to have, because I just think it's mad hurtful. Like, the way that British guy was hurt, I'm fucking hurt, and I'm not even fucking British. But it hurts me because I'm also African, and I just see the xenophobia between, you know, I mean, with Black Americans towards Africans, and it's just sick. It's really, really just sick, and it's counterproductive. It does nothing for us, and it's honestly just pointless. You're not, like, y'all niggas want some accolades for being xenophobic?
Like, it's not that
These
many
people that pride themselves on claiming not to be racist type of people, and this
exactly
and
that you hate Trump so much, but it's like, it's not that many African people.
Do you not understand that you are being xenophobic? Like, do you know that? Like, maybe they don't know. Like, but anyways, girl, we're gonna get on that topic in another
episode. But yeah, basically what our shit was for this one: acting is acting. Allow these British people to come here and act, because they do a damn good job, to the point where nobody even knows that they're English or Australian till after the fact.
Yeah.
And that's just that. That's just that on that. There's nothing else really to say.
So, I'm just going to close it out by saying where you can listen to our podcast.
Yes.
I know some people been wanting to know and stuff like that. So you can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. And also Google Podcasts and a bunch of other different podcasting sites, and also on Anchor, and these are all for free. Like, all you need to do is just download these apps, or if you already have an account with Spotify, go to your account and you can pretty much like follow our page or subscribe to our page, and you'll get a notification pretty much about every single time we upload. We upload every Wednesday, if you're wondering. And also, we did start a YouTube channel, so if you want to go ahead and subscribe, like, comment on that, that'd also be amazing. And yeah, the upload on there might be a little bit different than Wednesday, just because it takes a little bit longer to get it uploaded and stuff like that. But we do also have it on YouTube if you want to listen to it that way as well.
To find it, since we don't have that many subscribers yet, it's not going to be the first to pop up. You would have to look up the name of the episode or a prior episode with 20 something. So it's 20 something podcast with last episode was "Can I give her a hug?" So you would type in "Can I give her a hug?" and then the video will pop up. So you just subscribe to the channel. You will get notifications when we upload, so you can see when we post a new video. And then you can comment and stuff. Also, if you have questions, comments, concerns, disagreements, you can email us at Cleo, all lowercase, CLEO, Violet, VIOLET 20 at gmail.com. That is our email. We will be emailing y'all back if y'all email us. It'll be really nice to get questions. If you guys have questions, if you guys need advice, if you guys have a comment, if you guys disagree, and you really have something to say, you can hit us, and we will respond. Jesus, I don't know. We will respond. So we're just trying to have it more interactive, so you guys can hit us up and stuff.
And also, lastly, just don't forget to share, comment, like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. So we want to thank you guys again for tuning in to our episode, and we will see you next week. Bye. All right, you guys, so we're back with our songs of the week. So my song of the week, it's not really just a song, it's literally the whole album of the original score from Euphoria by Labyrinth. That shit has been literally helping me study this whole week, so yeah, definitely check it out.
Okay, and for my song, it's gonna be Daniel Caesar, Are You Okay? Really, all of Case Study is like my study album. It's called the album is called Case Study, but it's what I used to study. So Are You Okay is my favorite song on there. So that's gonna be my song for this week.
All right, you guys. Bye.
Catch you next week.